What do you want from me?
Okay, internet has been absolutely miserable all week, unfortunately. Upload speeds in particular have been like rock bottom. So that's unfortunate, but the past like hour or so it's been kind of going up and down, so seeing how this works. Some people in chat have said that it's not that bad whenever my internet's not perfect, but I don't know, it's just hard for me because I'm a perfectionist. So if it really isn't that bad though, then I might be able to stream more often just with a slightly lower quality. Hopefully that's what it is, because I would love to play more and talk with y'all, but if my internet's just really bad, it's just not even worth it for anyone at that point, so. Other than that, I'm actually checking something really quick. But the only thing I've done off stream is a little bit of crafting, because I had a whole bunch of room cloth. So I burned through that, bought some more. You know the drill. I'm broken. I mean, I have 5 gold, but I mean, let's be real, it's kind of broke. At this point. I did do a little bit of enchanting, updating too, I think. So that's coming along too, just to, I guess, cap that off. Sorry for the wait. Okay, setting up stuff to help give me a better pulse on how the graphics look from the stream, so I only have 2 monitors, but I'm making it work as best as I can. I can check out these quests while I'm here, because I am just going to keep doing more quests in Outland, obviously, Hellfire Peninsula. And I guess because I started doing some other quests, these came up. And like the other quests were prerequisites. I can't hear the sound from the stream, but visually, it doesn't look that horrible. I don't think so, from what I can see so far.
The path of glory, they called it. A road leading from the heart of their gruesome fortress to the dark portal, paved with the bones of my people. It wasn't enough for them to hunt us down like animals, destroy our cities, and torture those who survived. No, they had to use our bones as paving stones, denying my brethren a proper burial under the light. Those tortured souls still wander these lands crying out for release. I ask you, adventurer, help me in this undertaking.
Remember the lessons of the past.
Oh, another thing I did, I technically, okay, there we go. That's weird. Sorry. Weird night. Okay. I also rolled back drivers even further. So hopefully I've rolled back far enough and I'll stop having my drivers crash. I also identified in the logs that it was definitely the NVIDIA driver crashing. But also the game bar, Windows game bar, was still trying to launch. Like the services were trying to start, even though I forcibly removed and stopped the application from launching or starting. I guess the services were separate, so I turned those off too.
Haven't got much time to talk, traveler. That is unless you're willing to help with this mine trouble. Well met, adventurer. Now that reinforcements are finally arriving, we can recapture some semblance of a normal life. One of our first goals is to restore the flow of men and goods along the road to the southwest, but it must be reclaimed from the crustbursters that have overrun the area. If you're willing to help us deal with this menace, you would have the gratitude of the sun. Watch carefully for the disturbed ground they leave in their wake.
Watch, get her back.
Last name is a riff on, does this look like a job for intelligent men?
The mine's been overrun by a plague of Gennard misfit. Not only did they run all my workers out of the tunnels, but they're pounding away in there night and day. To make things worse now, I've got Daneth on me back. He says he's going to take away me ale ration if I don't get this taken care of soon. None of the miners will go in there, and the guards are busy drinking themselves silly. I'm begging you, adventurer, help me here. Daneth can take me dignity, but he'll never take me ale.
Watch, get her back.
And the name of that quest too is When This Mind's a Rockin'. Like when this fans are rockin', don't come a knockin'. That's funny.
Hey there.
About 20 years ago, the Alliance launched the first expedition to this world. Near the end of our invasion, the armory to the south fell under attack by the Horde's insidious Death Knights. Those vile shades cursed the armory's defenders and trapped their souls between the realms of the living and the dead. Those noble souls must be set free. I beg you, adventurer, end my comrades' torment, for I have not the heart to slay them myself.
Okay, I was working on this quest last time. If I remember correctly, the Cursed Talismans. And burning towers. Oh, look, someone died. I think this is an undead corpse. I think.
Out of range.
Oh yeah, the other thing I did is I did go to Theramore Island off stream. And I got the heavy room club bandage recipe. I think I need 325 to get the Netherweave bandage. That shouldn't take long as I have lots to use. Is this a dead player? Yeah. Okay. I haven't come back with their corpse yet. Interesting. Yes, okay. I was gonna ask, can I even get over this bridge? Not bridge, the wall. They have an assault vehicle here. Okay. Or not. We'll just go over here. If it lets me. Good enough. I don't know where this guy even came from. That's weird. Maybe they respawned. Or they were up here. Random rambling. I am a little sad that I will be getting rid of this site soon. One of the quests here already is gonna give me a better staff. Where is it? There it is. It doesn't look too bad either. I think it was the same staff that that corpse had. Oh hey, you're not bouncing up. And then it went back down. Never mind.
I can't use that.
Well, why can't I do this quest anymore? Did I accidentally sell this? Or did it just like despawn over time? Oh, this is not good though. Oh, no. It's pulled like 3 from across the border here.
That spell isn't ready yet. It's too far away. My mana is low.
gonna be okay soon. Oh, it says 2 hours. So where do you get extras? Let me take a look at that real quick. Mm-hmm. Okay, you have to actually, if I'm understanding this correct, I have to abandon the quest and redo it.
Still recharging.
Okay, they're at expedition point, so I think I can go there pretty quick,
Still recharging.
just so I can get that again and come back down here. I don't remember what it was. I think it's over here. I think it's right there. There are buzzards literally everywhere. I'm just gonna have to take this. Ah. What's the leash range on this guy? Come on. Get out of here. Why are they still leashed to me? Jesus. Something tells me that's not it. That's not expedition point. Is this like a new fucking... No, I think this buzzard's just broken. Because even the hog went back. Literally. Literally. That's... Don't worry. Blizzard's an indie... A small indie company. Stuff like that is bound to happen. I think it's here, right? No. I'm just gonna look it up. It is to the east. Like here. So I think it was correct the first time. Oh, the driver crashed again. So definitely rolling back didn't help. I'll have to check if that buffer again. Am I getting trolled? This is where it's supposed to be. Bruh. Why is this so difficult? Okay, all the way to the east. This other map was totally lying to me. Like over here. I think I remember now. It's a couple days ago, but there's like a little camp out here, I think over there. Okay, before I restart it, I'm just gonna see if they'll give me another one.
Move along, unless you've got business with the fleet.
No, I'll have to abandon it and redo it.
Be careful.
Bummer. But I will take just a quick break, like 5 or less minutes, and then we'll get back on that. Now that we have finally figured it out. Also, it's probably related. The music reminds me. The music here reminds me of Diablo 2, specifically Lord of Destruction. The music they used in like the World Stone and stuff. So that's cool. Wonder if it's the same artist. Anyways, we'll be right back. I abandoned this quest because it was timed.
King's honor, friend. It's time to strike Zethgor from the air. Our Griffin riders are ready for a sortie adventurer, but they need someone on the ground to direct their fire. Are you ready for a covert mission? Take these smoke beacons into Zethgor, the Bleeding Hollow stronghold to the west. They have 4 guard towers. One near their northern wall, one near their southern wall, one near their forge, and another nestled in their foothills. Place a beacon underneath each of the towers, and we'll fly in and bomb them.
I can't pass that. That's still recharging.
Oh, and I guess additional context for the driver crashing issue video. In my current research, I definitely saw a lot more people complaining about it, so... Definitely seems like a driver issue. Interesting.
That's still recharging.
Okay, I tried to place it not directly under this time, so the fireworks can go up. I almost feel like we didn't even need the air support, and these fireworks would have done the job. Okay, someone's dead a lot here. There's a corpse here, and a corpse there. Can't tell at a glance if they're the same. I think they are different corpses, though. This is either a human or a blood elf. And that almost looks like a night elf or an undead. First things first. There they go. This person, apparently. We'll just get a fresh picture then. I wonder if that's someone who boosted. Because I think they were at 58. Like, how do you just die to these at 58? That actually looks like a human, but a guy human. And that was probably them. So that's the human woman corpse and human man corpse. Like 90% this is a human corpse.
That's still be charging.
What's a long interrupt? There it goes.
That spell isn't ready yet. I really feel like they don't need me to be here. Like, they can just see this normally. I don't know. Like, I understand what they were going for mechanically, but, like, realistically, this doesn't make sense.
Where's the last one? All the way down there. Okay. Let's see how much I can Skyrim here. That's it. Okay. I guess we'll just have to go through the town. I think it's that one. Or that one. I forget. Let's try pulling this.
That's still recharging.
I was trying to get around them, but oh well. Is this the path? No.
That's still recharging.
There's a whole bunch of wolves in there. I think the better option is to go around. So does I hate it? This is probably gonna kill me. Pull two of them. Even if I use my soul stone to resurrect, I'm gonna immediately aggro these two. I think my best bet is just to make a run that way. No, not even close. Okay, at least this time I can resurrect in the outskirts and then go back around the sides. There is no world where I pull like 4 or 5 of these and I'm able to handle it. Bad positioning. But I would have figured there's a path. No. They were all giving me troubles, birds. Also, hi birds. My internet's been miserable, but I'm just trying to stream through the miserableness. Since it's the last night, I can stream until Friday, so hopefully it's not too bad. Yes, birds, that is exactly what happened. Literally and exactly. Okay, I have survived. They seem fine. Okay, but now we're gonna go around again to where I was, like at the start of the stream. There are corpses everywhere here. There's a corpse there. There was a touring corpse over there. Right there. And I guess I added to the group of corpses. Okay, I should be able to just go over here like before,
Out of range.
but
That spell
I need to clear the path.
I can't cast that yet.
How have you been though, birds? It's been a couple days.
Still recharging.
that's cool. E-bike. Were we having a discussion where you have a tiny motor in your bike? That seems really familiar. Okay, I totally did this earlier. Wasn't over here. It was totally going around. I got it like in the second try before. There we go. And then they just walk over like it's no big deal. Okay, I don't know if it was you that told me about it, the rear wheel being a motor, or if I'm just mixing it up with something else, but there's something there at least. And that should officially be all of the towers, I think. I may be mixing up a recent, like, Josh Strike Haynes video. They talked about competitive and stuff like that. I think competitive biking came up and how people would put like the tiniest motors into their wheels to get an advantage, with the idea being that no one notices the motors because they're so small. Which means they're cheating, from my understanding, but that was the whole concept of the conversation. Yeah, I got the other 3 earlier, yeah. I had to restart the whole thing actually too, because I already did one of them last time, like 2 days ago, but apparently it's time for 2 hours, so I just had to abandon it and redo it. The weather's been surprisingly mild here too, like it's been warm during the days, but just back to your weather talk. I think it's supposed to be like in the 55 or 54 tonight. But we get to like 80s during the day. And we're supposed to get rain like the next like 6 days or something, like on and off, so to cool down a little bit again. I just need one more talisman, and I'll be done with that quest too. Right, which is, it's funny to me that I wasn't saying that like you were cheating. rather... Hold up, this guy is gonna kill me. Brain fart. So yeah, I just remember you talking about the bike, I guess. And then there was the video from Just Drive that was talking about it too. And I think it just kind of like, I was mixing them both together in that regard. And they were explicitly talking about like competitive and cheating. I know we briefly talked about it, but like they were like going deep into that conversation. They're talking about like steroids and bodybuilding and stuff like that too. Just because, like, to finish that thought process, with the other video that I was referencing, they were explicitly talking about how in those races, you're not supposed to have motors. So people try to hide it with, like, the tiniest motors possible, versus just, like, some racing has it, some doesn't, stuff like that. Like, these people were clearly cheating. A little annoying the last 3 to not drop a talisman. It's like an 80%. I see, yeah, I know. There might be a way to, like, help replenish the battery. Depends on like how the battery is built and stuff like that, right?
It's too far away.
Oh, this is miserable. I pulled one, which was actually 2 because they were on a mount, right? And then a boar got pulled in. One of these. Oh my god, I just pulled another boar. This is why so many people die here. Jesus Christ.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Okay, I've had so much to say right now, but I'm trying to not die. Okay. So 1, I pulled 1, it turned into 2, because it was a mount. I expected that. And then I pulled a boar, because they just got close enough, and then I pulled, apparently, another guard combo. And it doesn't help that I don't know if it's a bug or what, but sometimes stuff isn't leashing here. In Hellfire Peninsula. Like, things will literally chase you until they despawn. Versus, leashing. So, I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, I'm okay now. I see, with the battery thought process, so I know, like, some batteries have, like, fluid banks of some kind, right? And you just need to, like, refill those in some cases to help it, keep charges. But I don't know if that's the case here, right? That's obviously overly simplifying. It could just be like the battery cells themselves are dying and they just need to be replaced. Which in, you know, most cases is just replacing the battery, but yeah.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Okay. A little surprised I got through that, actually. I thought I wouldn't make it. And this guy still didn't give me a talisman. Whatever.
Out of range. That's still recharging.
Yes, game crash. Perfect. Perfect timing. Yes. I love it, computer. Okay, it didn't just fucking... It didn't just hang, it flat out crashed this time. Oh my god. Well, give me just a second. I cannot wait until I fix this issue on the driver. I'm just have to keep rolling back drivers as well until I figure out which one stops crashing. Yes, of course, I died because of it. This is why, again, also, this is why I basically never play hardcore. The game crashed, and I died. Like, there's nothing I could have done to actually stop that, other than just not having an NVIDIA graphics card, I guess, and having an AMD, but... I see. I'm just thinking of, like, car batteries, but it makes sense, with lightweight, because bikes versus cars. Definitely need to watch the weight more. And it's like, my lord, in the game, I just want one more talisman from these orcs. I have been fighting these orcs for, like, the past 30 minutes just to get one talisman. Oh look, I added my corpse right to the mix here. Frustrating, but I'm fine. I'll get over it. Okay, that's unrelated birds, but I get what you're saying there.
That's still recharging.
I'm just like in a similar way familiar with it. on aeronautics. Because airplanes and stuff like that, like, you want the better engines and stuff, but like, having weight just really ruins a lot of stuff happening there. So it becomes a balance of power and weight for that. I guess you could argue, as we're getting further along technology, it's not that big of a deal. Compared to what it was before, but... So I'm really into, like, flight sims, and, like, World War II planes in particular. So... And back then, it definitely mattered. Like, I remember on some missions, people would literally... It was desperate, but they would replace their rear guns with broomsticks. I think it was like one specific mission, but the idea was they had to go so far. So they needed as much weight for fuel as possible to put in, and to minimize the amount of gas they would use to propel the plane, right? Okay, we're finally done with this quest. So, they just like, you know what, rip the rear gun out. And that saved weight, but you don't have a rear gun anymore. But you put a broomstick in, and at a glance, from a distance, it's kind of hard to tell if it's a gun or a broomstick, so... I just thought that was clever, funny, and hilarious that it worked. Just me, are there more of these Hellbores? I don't know. Get him! Yeah, get him!
How do you like the war, adventurer? Just remember why we're here. That makes the fighting and the dying a lot easier. Thank you, adventurer. My heart is saddened to see these talismans. They underline the great losses we of Honorhold have suffered against the fell orcs. But I am heartened to see you successful against them. If we can kill enough, perhaps we might emerge from this war victorious. You have shown great strength and fortune, for you have delved into Zethgor and lived. Now, let us hope your fortune holds, for I have a dire task to ask of you. Warlord Mork sits within the barracks of Zethgor, commanding his fell troops against us. His tactics are as clever as they are cruel, and I must admit that his successes against us have cut deep. And so, adventurer, I ask you to remove Mork from his seat. Bring me his armor, so that we might display it for our soldiers and bolster them.
The race cars where... I vaguely remember that. I know some people would do it for aesthetics, acid baths. But I guess that makes sense, because like technically it is an OEM part, like a stock part. Maybe not stock, but OEM. We just removed like the paints and the surface level. Okay, that makes sense.
Move along, unless you've got business with the fleet. I could see the smoke and flames from here. Good job, adventurer. You received more than a few words of praise from our Griffin riders. What you just did took a lot of guts. Light bless you.
Okay, cool. I remember this was a thing with WoW in general. I think it's still technically true because they just like amplified the loot cycle in retail to like every month or a week or something like that. Anyways, this item that I just got here is like drastically better than what I had before. Which is cool because then I get new items and, you know, upgrades, but it does make me sad that my old stuff is just going away. Just like, look at this. I'm going from 18 spell power to 42. That's like what? Like 3 times? I got like getting like double the armor. I guess I'm losing some intellect. Vice versa, actually some spirit, but yeah. Does this really sell for 10 gold? I can't sell it anyways, it's soulbound. Interesting. I could totally sell that for profit. Okay, this is where I had to double check my build. Hold on. I have it in the description. That's right. I decide I need to get Soul Siphon or Suppression. I think we're gonna go with Soul Siphon. Hold on, actually. This is only for Drain Life. For some reason, I thought it increased all healing. Or like all like damage healing spells, like Siphon Life as well. If that's the case, I'll probably just get more points in Suppression. Nightfall's a good one. But I don't know if I want to like rely on it, right? Or this is like gonna make sure my spells work. This was just like an extra bonus I can trigger. Cause I think crit builds go off Nightfall, but I'll just go with Suppression. Right, I'm glad you have that exact math, Birds. I was just trying to eyeball it. I could tell it was like more than 2, but less than 3.
Hello. Good luck, friend.
Okay, where is that quest? This one. I think this was east of Hellfire. There it is, the Path of Anguish. Where's the Dreadcaller Imp? really sure. Oh, it's in here. Just in there somewhere. Got it. Yes, Birds, I understand. But what I would say is that I decided not to spend the brain power and just guesstimate. But I appreciate the math. I love math. I hated doing math at school, but I was always good at it. I like numbers. I hate doing homework. Anyways, I need to take a quick break, so I'll be back in just a couple minutes before we continue on here. Shouldn't be more than like 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, and we're back. I guess Birds, the last thing for that is, you are correct, but in that individual explicit moment, trying to find the exact number was not worth the effort for me. I am curious too, Birds. What movies did you watch today? Or tonight, I guess. Oh, there's a Dreadlord. Got it. Now here's a question. Are the Infernals immune to fire? Yes. I'm not why am I not surprised? I don't know what I expected. That means. Oh, I was curious what movie... Well, first I had clarified that you are correct with the numbers, but it just wasn't worth it to me in the moment to figure that out. So I just guesstimated. But the question was, what movie did you watch? I said today, but I guess tonight. Interesting. This gives me spell damage. 7 spell damage. Oh, that's not annoying at all. The spell damage is in the stats on the new item, but it's like a unique thing on the old item. Anyways, I lose stamina, spirits, but I get crit rating, and technically it does a bit more damage. What's it look like? Oh hey, it glows. It is purple. That's cool. Okay, I'll definitely take that over this one. I don't think I've seen. It's an old movie, right? Gold Diggers. That's the old movie, right? I don't think I've seen it. But it sounds familiar. I'm trying so hard to like micro here so I don't pull anything on accident. Almost pulled that Infernal. Almost pulled whatever this is. But I'm amazing at microing, so I'm just like constantly pulling my pet, moving them, so that way they're not just in the path. On the topic of your movie though, Birds, I think I can guess what it's about. But yeah, I don't think I've seen it. It's about someone who is in a relationship because of money. And then drama. Either that, or it's like a reality show about people who do that. Lost treasure as in like their relationship, or like literal treasure, like X marks the spot treasure. Also, I feel normal. Just letting y'all know, I feel normal.
Out of range.
I feel her though. Like, I'm definitely... I can get down and dirty and do the rural life, so to speak, farms, etc. But I'm definitely a city girl, so... Because my dad, was definitely a country guy. And he owned some land at some point in the past. Out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. But he had like a lot of land, a couple acres. And so I would live there, I'd go there every so often. Just gotta deal with it. But I'm definitely a city girl. I'm not like a downtown city girl, but I'm a city girl, if that makes sense. Interesting, that sounds like it could totally be like an RPG, like even just like for Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that. But that's cool. You can spoil it for me. Is there actual treasure? Or did they find out that the treasure was just the friends along the way? Is it like one of those? I think now might be my opportunity to get him, because there's like no one else out here.
It's too far away.
This Dreadlord's a bitch. Like, he just went down like nothing. It's funny though, they have the same death animation, more or less, as Warcraft 3. They just like turn into bats and then just like disperse. Wait, what? The friend gets kidnapped by stepdad trying to force her to show her where the gold is. But how can she show it if she doesn't know? Unless the friend told her, gave her a map or something. And then blah 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 blah, right? Also, just had a random thought. This reminds me of like Tremors. The movie Tremors. I see. I mean, I guess the question becomes, do they actually know like where it is? Or is it just like an old map that may or may not be accurate? If even true. Or is there even a map at all? And it's just like word of mouth or some writing. Okay. I guess it could be both, but yeah. Okay, I'm trying to get a picture here, Mr. Infernal. Mr. or Mrs. Infernal. I think I can turn that in, and that'll give me a better staff. I can do that right now. Yeah, turn it over there. I see, so like it's not like an explicit X marks the spot kind of treasure map or treasure situation. More of, this person said this, I found a book, the book says this, so then maybe it's over here, but we have to blah 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 blah. That's how it sounds like it goes. But I guess, is it an old movie, or is it new? Because if it's an old movie, I guess it depends how old I might be interested. Old movies are kind of cool. Depends on the era.
Outstanding work, soldier. The frequency of the attacks is sure to lessen at least, until they bring forth new dreadlords. Now for the bad news. I've got your new orders.
Oh my god, birds! Oh, birds. Never change. No, but that's a Tremors 2, I think, reference, technically.
Your battle prowess has been noted by High Command, adventurer. They want to send you to the front lines to meet up with Rohamis's crew. They're radicals devoted to the complete extermination of the Burning Legion, so you may fit right in. Head east about 400 paces across the Valley of Bones, until you run into a destroyed Foul Reaver. You'll see Expedition Point, where a Legion mace used to stand. Once there, you are to report to Forward Commander Kingston. Now move out.
Here we go, like, look at this. This is nowhere even close to the same. Getting so much intellect, spirit bonus, and I go from 24 to 35 spell damage. I do lose hit rating, I guess, but I think it's just so good I have to upgrade. But I will definitely keep this in my bank. Because it's super cool. I see. 95 could be cool. I might be interested. Depends on how good the acting and, filmmaking is, I guess. Okay, what's another quest I want to do then? Where's the pants? Here we go. Let's get some new pants. Oh, all right, baby. Showing off those thighs. Interesting. They are on the path of glory. I guess these right here, yeah. Cool. But the Tremors reference was just the fact that there was something subterranean, that was moving, you know, in the same way that the Tremors would. And I'm trying to avoid it. But, if I remember correctly, the reference I feel I was denied critical need to know information was from Tremors 2. Whenever the baby Tremors basically surprise Bert. And he had to use small arms fire when he only had like a little bit of pistols and stuff like that. Maybe SMG and a rifle, but compared to like bringing a ton of explosives. Yeah, it's a graboid, Bert. The original Tremors is just so good, though. It's such a classic. Like, it's definitely got like that horror vibe, but it's still comedic. But it doesn't sacrifice like the monster movie vibe. It still is kind of monster movie, but not like
not ready yet.
Cheesy, if that makes sense. At least not like in like a bad cheesy, but I mentioned that because when I watched Tremors 2, I was like, oh. Because, like, it's not bad. But it's not Tremors 1, that's for sure. Well, I guess it depends on what we're talking about by babies. So in the second Tremors, that's when they start having the heat-seeing two-legged creatures. I can't remember if it was number 3 or 4 where they had the ass blasters, but but yeah, because that was the whole thing in the second one, because they were trying to kill a whole bunch of graboids in like Mexico or something. So they brought like a whole bunch of explosives and things like that. But because the Shriekers, as you mentioned it, came out, Bert got caught by surprise, essentially. I mean, they all did, but it's also where it's just like, I am completely out of ammunition, I think is the quote as well. Anyways, it's still a great series. Definitely classic for me. But the first one's just so good. Are they coming this way? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yes, hello. Yes. Goodbye. Right, I definitely remember it was in the second one because I haven't rewatched the third or more. I've only rewatched the first and second. And in the second one, they definitely brought up the lack of critical information because they were complaining that if they had known about this, they would have brought more ammunition for their small arms fire. But I could see that they used it as like a reoccurring statement, right? In like 3, 4, 5, whatever. Didn't they also make a TV series? Am I misremembering? Did they make a TV series, Tremors, as well? And they were like shorter, like 30, 40-minute bits. Maybe I'm just mixing it up with the Starship Trooper animated series. Because that was totally a thing. I remember renting that from Blockbuster way back in the day. Because I was like, what is this? And just going through the series. Okay, at least the range on that's pretty big. So I don't have to try and kill everyone to do it. I guess I would probably watch all of them if I had them. The Tremor movies. Because I don't own them, I'm not exactly about to buy them. Just for like a one-time viewing. Of course, you know, there's the high seas, but I have so much stuff to do, I just don't even care. Bruh. But okay, yeah, I swear I remember it because I used to have this tiny-ass CRT TV, in my room, and I had cable at least, so I would just put on like the Sci-Fi channel as background noise while I'm playing games and stuff. And I remember the Tremors series was on it, and that's like how I got exposed to it, the TV series. Oh shit, I accidentally sacrificed my void walker. I meant to hit 4 to throw the curse on them. But I hit Control 4. I tried to also hit Control 1 like at the same time to tell them to attack. That's not a big deal, but yeah. like to watch or to buy, because I know like YouTube TV, YouTube movies, unless they're free or like some channel uploaded it versus like YouTube movies, you still have to pay for it. I guess unless maybe you have like a Google subscription or something, but yeah. I can check it out in a bit, but because the whole thing that I was mentioning is just I don't have to. I don't want to spend like $15 just to watch it once. I will say, it is cool that this thing just kind of rotates around idly. Okay, that should be all of it. And I can get my new sexy pants. Well, they're not really pants. At best, they're short shorts. Which, don't get me wrong, I love my short shorts. And I guess it's weather appropriate with the hot temperature. I'm actually getting a little bit of like deja vu remembrance. Less deja vu, more remembering. 2 inquests in there on my death night forever ago. And this was during Wrath and Kata, so like there weren't as many people in Outland anymore. So I tried to solo it. Oh, there's the Fell Reaver. Yes, hello. Can I ask what else you watched this week? Because it sounds like you watch a movie about birds. I gotta get better at calling y'all out. Um, because it sounds like you watch a movie like every night with your friend. Or at least try to. Also, no, I definitely cannot. I know I cannot take them on. Well, to clarify, I guess I can technically take them on, but I will lose. I will lose like 99.99% of the time. There's maybe a world where my fears don't get resisted and I can fear juggle them, but I highly doubt that.
The Sons of Lothar have been fighting a war without end. I'm amazed we've kept our equipment in as good a shape as it is. That's the spirit. I'm glad we finally got some reinforcements, but I'm not so sure about their attitude toward the Horde. Where I come from, anyone with a weapon pointed at you is an enemy, and needs to be dealt with like one.
Watch, get her back.
Cool. Let's put on the short shorts. Bam. Like, at best, these are short shorts. This is a literal thong. Like, let's be real. I guess maybe it's like a bodysuit, but that's gonna write up like nobody's business. I can already tell you that. Like, especially on horseback, the amount of chafing that you're gonna have, because there's especially no saddle. Like, bruh. These people have clearly, game developers have never ridden a horse in their lives. Interesting. That's definitely a choice. Like a... I don't know, I'm always like... I lock in for movies. And, I don't know, like if it's a bad movie or a movie I'm not interested in, of course I'm not gonna sit there and suffer, but... It sounds like it's a common occurrence for them.
May the light embrace you.
You have my sincere thanks for your efforts, adventurer. Though much remains to be done.
I don't know if it's any of my
it
business,
gladdens
but I
me
am
to know
curious
we
what
have
kind
helped
of
some find their
like relationship you
long-deserved
have with
rest.
them. Because I don't know. I don't know if I would put up with that. But I'm also just outside looking in.
Fortunately, the path of glory is not the only trace of my people in these lands. To the west, a few of our holy sites survive, although some have been overrun, while Velen prepared for the journey that would lead him to Zeroth. Those of us who have remained behind
Zeroth.
sought to reestablish
That's a
a
new one.
presence at our holy places. In the western part of the Hellfire Peninsula, you will find a small group of Draenei at the Temple of Telhamut, led by Amun the Wise. I am certain he'd be interested in meeting you.
Quick adventurer, there isn't much time. Honor holds existence balances on the razor's edge. We're caught between Hellfire Citadel in the west and the forces of the Burning Legion to the east. With the Legion's attention turned toward the Dark Portal, we must take this opportunity to strike at the Fell Orcs of Hellfire Citadel. The key to this is to first break through their ramparts. Go there, slay their leaders, and then bring back proof to Gunny across the hall.
Right,
here
I remember
from me.
you mentioned that, and I'm just like, I could never. Like, to me that would be a one-off, not like how I normally operate. I don't know, maybe I'm too humble and I'm also being an asshole at the same time. But that even happened. Wrong words, I guess, but I think you get it. What quest next? Let's see. Any of these super cool reward-wise? No. This one. I see. As long as, I guess, from my perspective, as long as they're not like taking advantage of your generosity and patience, and or you're okay with it in that regard. Like, it's just how y'all are. It was just kind of left field for me for how that was described. Because I'm like, I don't know if I could hang out to watch movies with someone if they interrupt like every 20 minutes and I have to be giving them attention. I'm like, watch the movie, bitch. But that's me. We have to go to Crestbursters in the southwest. There, got it. Oh, Crestburster, like a chest burster. Horrible. I see. I mean, I would argue from how we've talked, I wouldn't have guessed you're like explicitly an introvert. Because you definitely chat a lot more than what I would argue introverts do on stream. Not that there's a problem with it. People can lurk. 100%. I love it. I love people when they lurk, just enjoying having a good time. But just contextually, yeah. If that makes any sense. Or if I'm just like digging myself a grave here.
Out of range.
But I guess, like, on that train of thought, I do appreciate that you enjoy the content, and that you happen to find me. I guess it was way back in the day with, Project Zomboid. With Zomboid, it was originally just like, I want to stream, but I haven't streamed in like a decade. And I was really into Zomboid at the time, so I figured it was like a, kind of a shoo-in. Or at least it made sense. And I was always anxious of just like, I need to have the best quality. I need to be super high production quality. But there were some streamers that are content creators, or just, I guess, people who stream sometimes, that I've watched, and they were just like, the way they handle it, their perspective helped my perspective. Because they were like, well, I'm just gonna play games, and then I'm gonna stream, and if people want to watch, they can watch. Obviously, it's not like, ignore stream, ignore chat, ignore production quality. But not to stress over it too much, right? Does that make sense? True, that is something like I remember whenever I was doing like direct tech support, I was miserable over voice on the phone. But I could do way better communication over chat and tickets because I could actually like stop and be like, wait, that doesn't sound right. Like when I read it before I send it, and try to like actually communicate what I want to versus just say words that I thought were gonna say it. And I guess I'm glad I can provide the entertainment with the giggles. I do like to have giggles, mates. Cause if you ain't giggling, like what's the disclaimer? Highly simplifying and partially joking, but like if you can't have a giggle, what's the point of life? You know? Like I can't help but like when watching some media, just seeing someone enjoy the chaos, like not so much enjoy the chaos, but like find joy in the chaos. Just resonates with me and I love it. Also, this bitch. They resisted, my Voice Walker taunt, so that was a little interesting. But like, the example I want to give is like from Pirates of the Caribbean. I think there's a part where like, I think it's at World's End, where they're gonna go over the edge to go into Davy Jones' locker. And they're going down a waterfall. And everyone's just like panicking, trying to like find any security while the ship is falling down. But Captain Barbossa, they're just like standing there just laughing it up, like absolutely cackling at the chaos of everything happening, and that's my role model right there. Like, I'll be real with you. That's very much what I want to do. Just laugh at the absurdity of all the chaos and vibe with it. Deal with it. But anyways, I guess that's my ramble on that for now. Things that keep me going, per se. On that note, it did remind me of one of my favorite posters in Subnautica Below Zero. It's this one. There's the hang in there, and I guess there's the keep calm as well. But the hang in there cat, I love this one. It's my favorite. Okay, one, I guess that's a little, uh, a little sad if that's the last time you laughed. Unless it was, like, recent, and you mean that more in just, like, a literal sense versus a figurative sense. But yeah, since I live in the south of America, the south of North America, I don't want to say South America, Monet is I'm very familiar with that, so I can see how that can be, giggle worthy. I don't know if doing this quest would be worth the effort right now. If there's like 3 other people grinding it, and one of them's level 70. They're clearly like grinding rapper or something, I don't know. Right, but I see, okay, so not too far. Oh, this is a quest.
Upon examining the battered leather case, it becomes apparent that the container's damage must have been caused by the caustic fluid of the worm's digestive tract. The leather appears to have been intricately tooled at one time, but the details of its adornment can no longer be made out. The only recognizable feature of the case is a worn logo of the Cenarian Circle. Knowing nothing about the contents of the case, you decide the best course of action would be to deliver it to a Circle member.
Oh, do they not follow you? They literally reset. Huh. Interesting. Well, I guess, birds, I just need to stream more often to get you to giggle more. I think that's what we need to do here. And I guess you tell me, if the stream doesn't look miserable, like right now, then I could definitely stream more, even when my internet's not perfect. Because this is kind of what it looks like whenever my ISP is jerking my chain. I just assume it's miserable because of how low the bitrate gets. But maybe not. Maybe it's not that bad. I see. One, I'm curious, is that by choice? Or is it like your internet or something? And cool. I imagine the encoder's pulling a lot of the heavy weight there. Contextually, YouTube uses different encoding types for videos after you upload them. and like technically while you're streaming, right? Some are absolutely horrible. It's like any motion just kills it. And it's just super pixelated. I think like if you look at some of my like uploaded videos, they're using that codec. And like at the beginning of the No Man's Sky video, whenever I'm exiting hyperdrive or whatever, like you can see it very clearly. Like that issue. But I have found how to like trigger YouTube to use a better encoder, so that way motion isn't like super bad in the encoding portion. And I've noticed, it seems like whenever my stream finishes recording, and gets processed, they actually use an even better encoder. So I guess like my VoDs look even better versus the live stream, which like duh, but like at a different level too, because like the encoder is even better. Versus just like cleanup. I guess that's true. With the graphics, but it's like once you start getting high motion with more effects and stuff, like if there's grass everywhere, it starts to like really drive up the pixelation, and you need a much higher bitrate to minimize that. Same thing with motion, like if I'm going around, moving around, looking around, that'll cause the encoder to work harder, need more bitrate, blah blah blah, right? But yeah, I guess like outside of like maybe trying to do like some intensive like high-end raid later on or whatever, maybe I'll just push through when my ISP is being an asshole. And I can still stream. That way I can still like chat with y'all. Cause I'm not gonna lie, it does suck sometimes to go like a whole week not being able to talk with y'all.
That's still recharging.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely what would do it. Particle effects and high motion. Okay, this is actually like way better. It says I lose spell power, but that's not true. Wait. Is spell power different than spell damage? I thought they were the same. Let's find out. Yeah. Spell power and spell damage are the same thing, I guess. Just different words. right, we're no longer in our fucking green era. We're in our bodysuit era. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not against it, but definitely a departure from what I've worn before. I guess going back to the internet situation, like, the good news is once I move, I should no longer have these issues. So, yeah. Unless there's something even worse happening at my new place, but knock on wood, my desk is made out of wood. That it'll just be normal and I can actually get internet for once. Yeah. I technically correct, but it feels weird because Daddy. That's why.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Stop. I can't. Yeah. Literally birds. Literally. I don't think I would use spell damage and spell power in that same, like, difference. But you are technically correct. The best kind of correct. I don't know anymore at this point, birds. Like, technically, yeah, but I just feel like if you live in a society, they're kind of different. But I know I'm splitting hairs. Oh, I'm sure if I had a bigger following, that last part would have been clipped. Which, I'm not against. It is what it is, but, good stuff.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
Look at you, birds. Oh, shit. Sorry. Look at you, birds, being so... There's a couple of words in my head that are spinning, like, conscious, of, like, my needs. I can't think of it now. But I think you understand what I'm trying to say here. I technically have work in 6 hours. I don't have to run any meetings tomorrow, though. And I don't have any, like, urgent tickets I'm explicitly working on right now. There's a meeting, like, near the end of my shift. And unless something breaks, or some other urgent request from, like, a contract customer comes in, I'm generally fine. Look, if anything, it's my fault for airing out my information in that regard, but I was trying to put it in nice words because that's not how I see it. To your point, technically, yeah, I can see it. But that's not how I was viewing it. I was viewing it of more of you being considerate of my health and stuff like that. Which is not creepy, in my opinion. Just like if I didn't want people to know that I'm going to work at certain times, I just wouldn't say it. I'd just be like, I have to wake up or something like that, but long story short, I can kind of sleep in, as long as my, like, alerts are on. So that way I get notified if there is something urgent I have to take care of.
That spell isn't ready yet.
But otherwise, I'm amazing, and I know I do good work, so as long as I produce results, they don't, as long as I produce results, and I'm available whenever I'm needed, they don't particularly care. Which is great. It's like an amazing work-life balance. I'll probably replace this trinket. Ooh. I'm trying to remember where I got this talisman. So I might want to keep it in my bank if it was from an important quest line. Otherwise, I'll just disenchant it. Also, glue stick's fine. Don't worry about it, birds. I told you, glue stick's fine.
Haven't got much time to talk, traveler. That is unless you will. Well done, adventurer. We shouldn't be too quick to congratulate ourselves, though. I'm certain we haven't seen the last of those worms. If they show their hideous heads around these parts again, the Suns will be ready for them.
Oh wait, this is a ring, not a talisman. Hold on. I guess I just get rid of this. When did I get this ring? Like forever ago. I mean, He was saying earlier how much he was drinking, so I'll just say that's the reason. What do you think, birds? Should I hit this pipe? Or should I stick to my pen?
Horrible. Just horrible. We were minding our own business on our way from air. I'm starving. There's irony in that, wouldn't you say? A starving cook? According to this tourist map we were following before we were so rudely shot down, there's an area to the southwest, near Terracor Forest. It's called the Razorthorn Trail, and supposedly it's brimming with delicious Ravager eggs. I could cook up quite a feast if only someone were brave enough to go down there and get me some.
So make it, birds. Make the joke. Do it.
Talk to me. I'll never take another shortcut again. I swear. How was I supposed to know the skies over Hellfire Peninsula were that dangerous? In the event of an emergency, it's always the pilot's job to keep a level head, especially when the only orders your co-pilot follows come from his stomach. The good news is that we won't need to wait days for replacement parts to be imported. The bad news is that the spare parts got scattered from here to the Valley of Bones to the east. The other bad news, the spare parts aren't so spare. They fell off during our rapid descent. Could you help me collect enough to get us off the ground again?
The Valley of Bones. I think they called it. I don't see it in the quest. I must have misheard. Oh, no, it wasn't in... It was this one. Yeah, Valley of Bones. Oh, that's right, that's where all the birds are. Not birds, explicitly, the vultures. I'm gonna pick soon though. If you don't. Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to kill them. Here we are. Okay, birds. Because you're taking too long to decide, I'm going to decide. Okay, that was a good hit. It was the one you were trying to make a joke about. But I picked for you, and I hit the pipe. Okay, I just noticed they haven't died. They keep healing each other. And I can't fear them because they're motherfucking paladins.
I can't cast that.
Okay, finally. Oh, I guess maybe not. Maybe a YouTube filter tried to stop you. Cause see, hit the pipe versus the pen can be turned into a cruel joke. And then that was it.
My mana is low.
Well, good. Then you answered correctly. I don't know if it's YouTube safe anymore. I could probably show it elsewhere, but the pipe's super cute. It's kind of like a violet magenta almost. With like some blue purple blurple, like it's polka dots on top. Where you hold it at the bowl, and then it has like a butterfly, or dragonfly rather. A dragonfly on like the stem part where you hold it, like overall. It's super cute. I mean, I can imagine that the YouTube filters are just overly aggressive for anything that may be sexual. Even if it's not explicitly. And the only reason I mentioned that is because even when, like, the YouTube filter, like, kinda thinks something should be maybe inappropriate, I could still see it. So, it's quite a little weird. I'm not sure what happened with that. Well, the good news is I'm still getting a room cloth from these. I'm not only getting nether weave, because I still need room cloth to get to 325, I think, on both tailoring and bandages. At least bandages. No, no. Yes, no. No. Well, shit. I'm a little confused now. Because I remember someone asking me what that was all about. And so I had to go check it out because I didn't remember it. Don't remember if that was like I didn't see it in chat at the time, or if I just didn't see it because I was not paying attention. Like if the filtering stopped it, and I didn't have the filtering on for my stuff, or if I just missed it. But I have gone back before and noticed stuff that was explicitly, like, attempted filtered. So I think if you have it set to top chat, for like what it shows, that tries to filter stuff. But if you do live chat, it's less likely to be filtered in what you see. having giggles, okay? I was actually given a nickname Chuckles at one point. But I hear someone over here giggling too. Ha! We're all having a good time here. Ha! Okay. It is definitely interesting though that they have like spirits that are not interactable. This person is forever checking their mail. Oh god, that reminds me of Tawny Darko. Grandma Death. And she would check her mailbox like every day for like a time loop reason. That's an interesting reference that I didn't think I would remember. I do want to watch Donnie Darko again. I've been wanting to watch it recently. Just haven't sat down and watched it. I mean, I don't know if this is accurate, but just like, do you get paid more than them? Are you in like a higher position than them? Because then just like fuck them. Like whatever. Y'all can be children. I'm gonna get work done. I don't know. I come from a couple of different corporate environments. I had a very interactive corporate environment originally, collaborative. My current one's a little interesting because I'm technically third shift because I work for a European company in a sense. Technically I work for an American company owned by a Swedish company that has a product in Europe. So anyways, communicating with people across the pond has been trying sometimes for various reasons, so I've learned to be very direct. I don't have time for games. I'm here to get jobs done. Like, I don't care, like, what you got going on here. I'm just trying to get the customer an answer and not have to wait, like, 48 hours. Like, come on. Like, let's work as a team here. Oh. I'm okay. I'm okay. But it is definitely one of the most challenging aspects of my job. I also do leadership stuff. I have to work with like technical leadership, technical leads, And I'm not gonna get in trouble because you didn't want to communicate properly and like give me the answers I need just because I wasn't specific enough. So, yeah. I see. I mean, I would argue that paying attention to it is only gonna feed into it for them. Unless you just like need to nip it in the bud and just be like, what's going on? Or being nicer, I guess, and just like trying to get a rapport with them versus trying to force it. But if we're playing high school games here, like, I don't care. I'm getting paid. You don't stop me from getting promotions. In theory here. Let's work together, but I don't care. That was something I had to learn to get really good at in one of my first jobs. One of my first big girl jobs. It didn't matter what you thought of the other person, but you have to work with them. So, like, how do you handle that? Like, those were interview questions whenever I was moving into certain teams, inside the company. And it's just like, I see how it is. I see how this is gonna be. And, like, the pay is worth it, so, well, whatever. That was a different time, though. I just have to deal with more, like, team leadership issues and, like, inter-team communication issues versus problem people on my team, to put it lightly. So, definitely giving me a different skill set to flex. Cause I could definitely put on my resume now that I'm, like, basically a team lead. So I handle our meetings and, inter-team communication. Facilitating escalations, and management issues, stuff like that. Which, hey, I guess that's how you get it. Outside of, like, explicit schooling, right? I have never been, like, an official team lead before, but now I feel comfortable putting that on my resume. Right, that's kind of like the last part of it, Birds. Like, if you don't feed into it, they'll just start talking about something else. But if you do feed into it, they have something else to keep talking about. Like, obviously there's a certain point where they're just bullying you. But, like, otherwise, they'll just get over it, right? Like you kind of, mentioned. Okay. I'm hoping, with these quests, I'll be able to hit level 60. I have 2 to turn in, and then trying to see if I can speedrun this debris quest. That's right, I also do remember you mentioning working in like manufacturing warehouses as well. And some days, kind of like subject shift, I do miss going in the office and having like office culture. But at the end of the day, I much prefer working from home. Like, if I have the option, like, it's just so much better. Especially when your city has, like, absolute trash public transportation. And there is some merit to like a split. Like you go in for a couple days, like at least one day of the week, or like one day every 2 weeks or something like that, like minimum. But I think those are job specific. And like actually having benefit. Because like, I don't know. Not having things, I do have a car. I have to actually get rid of a car. So I have 2 cars. One's from forever. I have a 99 Escort ZX2. That I had for the longest time. And then I had some issues with it that were happening at a very problematic time. Since I was kind of like saving money at that point, I just decided to get a new car. It was technically used, but it only had like 1,000 miles. So it was like new, but at used cost, which was like the best case scenario. That's been my daily driver for like the past 5 years. That one's a 2019 Ford Fiesta, the hatchback. I think it's the last generation of the Fiestas before they stopped making them, at least in America. I don't know if they are still making them in like Europe or something. But I need to get rid of the Escort. I've been struggling because it's so personal to me, emotionally, but I have to get over it because I have less than a month to get rid of it. Anyways, though, just traffic is miserable in our city, both because of the streets and the drivers. And it just sucks to just have like an hour or more of your time just gone every day, because you have to travel to and from work. So it's amazing to just like roll out of bed and be like, okay, let me get some caffeine and get to work. And like that's it, right? And then when I'm done with work, I'm already home. I can just like pivot into doing something else. I would argue you do lose some like connectivity stuff where having your work and home in the same place can be like a psychological struggle in that sense. Both in like being able to relax after work, and then like focusing during work. But I'm pretty good at those for various reasons. I was unemployed at some point for like almost 2 years. But during that time, I was like, I need to keep doing training, projects, studying, so I would have to set schedules and be strict with myself. So that helped whenever like COVID happened and work from home became more common. I was like prepared for it in that regard. But anyways, like back to the like other part of it, just there is definitely like a tangible or intangible, I guess, I don't know, like value to having like an office culture. I would argue it's not needed, but it is interesting. But that itself is not worth giving up work from home for me, so, yeah. Cool, I think that should be it then, for down here. Yeah, we'll go this way, and then loop back up. Yeah, that's definitely part of like this. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a hermit. Definitely a shut-in. I do like my outdoor activities though. I like to go in the park, have a jog, have a run, you know, work out a bit, enjoy nature, but that's not social, to the same point, and yeah, like during lockdowns in particular, like that was it was much more obvious in that regard, in how it was like impacting us, but that's kind of why I like to stream too. Obviously it's not the same as like any true like face-to-face interactions. But I'd argue it's just different. So that's another reason why whenever my ISP is like really bad, like 2 weeks in a row, like I'm just like dying to stream.
Time is money, friend. Keep it real.
Some of this is in pretty bad shape, but there should be enough to work with here. With some creative engineering, I'm confident I can make it work.
Okay, I can't use any of these, but I'm gonna pick the hat just because it's funny.
Even if I can get the Zeppelin's frame repaired, I'll have to find something else to power the engine. I'm all out of fuel, and there's no place to fill up around here. To the south of us is an area of broken land called the Warp Fields. It's full of rogue and uncontrolled voidwalkers, but I like to think of them as walking batteries. If you can bring me enough of their essence, I can convert the Zeppelin's engine to run on it. 5 gold says I'll even get better mileage out of it too.
This reminds me a lot of, like Eberron D&D, where they have like fire spirits in cauldrons and stuff that are acting as steam engines and things like that. Interesting. And I guess also to your point, Birds, the timing is relative as well, because I'm a total night owl as well. But like, outside of like certain activities and locations like clubs and stuff, there isn't much to do at night. You just can't even go to some places because it's dark or it's off limits. So that's very much true as well. It can be annoying for food as well, because like if I don't want to cook, like what are my options? Fucking burger, pizza, maybe Taco Bell. It's not like bad per se, but
I can't pass that yet.
like after a month of that, you're kind of like, what am I gonna eat? And I guess meal prep's the answer to that, but I'm lazy. Okay.
That spell isn't ready.
Oh, I think I was just talking about like how the timing impacts your ability to have a social life as well. Because as someone who's a night owl and worked night shifts, I definitely had that experience. But interesting. No one's gonna like shoot you for treasure hunting garbage at night. Or like cops aren't gonna try to get you to stop that. Because they would look, that would totally happen here. Someone would have a problem with it, or the police would just try to make a big deal out of it.
About 20 years ago, the Alliance launched the first expedition to this world. And
You need something?
But that's super cool to find an Xbox. I still have a couple of consoles.
the Suns appreciate your efforts, even if few are willing to speak of the armory. The
Those are
disturbances
mine,
at
not because I
Expedition
just like
Armory
found them.
continue, despite
So like finding
your
them
best
super cool.
efforts. No one truly knows everything that happened there, nor exactly what binds the spirits of the fallen soldiers to the ruins. Perhaps we've been approaching this the wrong way. I've always assumed that each of the ghosts had a tie to the ruins, but what if their ties were to their leaders? Archmage Zintor and Lieutenant Commander Thalvos were particularly close to their men.
And then it died for some reason. So perhaps overcoming their ghosts will calm the rest. Okay, so that's whenever I was over there. I killed like 2 named ghosts. I'll have to kill them again, I guess. I've never had an Xbox though. That's like one of the few consoles I've never had. I guess my sister had a 360, and then like the One X or something. I don't know. I was always a PlayStation girl. I mean, I'm a computer girl, but for consoles it was PlayStation. Interesting, yeah, because like privacy is one thing. That's why like I shred all my stuff just because I don't know. People be people be people. But I guess as long as your city is good with it, then more power to you.
Good day to you.
Reuse, recycle. That's what I say.
Is that really it? It's hard to believe it survived the battle. Conditions in the ruins haven't been kind to the book, but still, I'm glad to have it. It's the only token I have of Turalion. When you fight beside someone for so many years, they become closer than even family.
See you around.
Damn, okay, that's something. I mean, I maybe have to clean it out, make sure there's no roaches, roach eggs, or whatever, but... Damn, that's cool. But damn, I'm not gonna get to 60 tonight, unfortunately, it looks like.
Sid's the name. It's nice to see some new faces around here. What can I do you for? Go with honor, friend.
Okay, I did get enchanted 225, so I don't need that in my to-do list anymore. I need to get 300, I think, for the two-handed intelligence enchantment. Which does remind me, I need to enchant my current one. I think I sold all of my magic essences because I didn't need them anymore. I can buy them pretty cheap. Like, look at that. They're like 23 bucks. Or silver. Also, no, they have not, because I haven't gone, so, for a while, so I was constantly coming to and fro on Booty Bay, so I could see them, or check for them every time I swing in, right? Because they're like right here. But, since I'm in Outland now, that hasn't happened. Cool. I think that's gonna be it for now, though. Well, it's always good talking with you, birds. I appreciate you jumping in, and chatting with me. I love the subject of your last message, Ixie, if you're hanging around. But, yeah. So, I won't stream tomorrow. I'm busy. But if my ISP lets me, even if it doesn't let me, I think I'm still gonna try, streaming on Friday. Because the internet hasn't been kind to me today. But if it's not miserable, then I'll still try to stream on Friday if my ISP is not being the best. So yeah. Yeah, work is like 5 hours away, but I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I don't have any meetings that I have to run anyways, so not a big deal, but yeah. If you liked it, go ahead and give a like. Helps the algorithm. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. That way you can see whenever I'm streaming. And then, if it's daytime, have a good day. If it's nighttime, have a good evening. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!